Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. We are almost in the middle of a month. Reason being is that Christmas holidays will be starting by end of this month, should be around December 23rd. So a lot of people would be going on off, including the visa officers. So that's one of the reason that we are getting good number of rollouts, and the timeline, of course, varies from visa officer to visa officer. There are cases where still in the first 1 hour on May 6th, and still there are cases under international graduate where candidate has started receiving AORs, even the ECOPRs who have applied on May 7th also. So yeah, we will be talking a little more in detail. Also, what things you can do just to have a peace of mind. I'll be talking a little more in detail. And towards the very end, I will again be covering on police clearance certificate, referring to cic.gc.ca website. So the first timeline over here for essential healthcare, if you see here, the candidate has applied on June 30th, 6:50 p.m., and that is Eastern time zone. And if you see here, the AOR was received on November 17, and the medicals were passed. He saw the information under portal, and then December 7, that is today, he was able to get the ECOPR at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. And I'm talking about Eastern time zone. So healthcare is one of the stream where candidates are actually getting a good number of rollouts, not just in terms of AORs, but also in terms of ECOPRs, and in fact PR card has also been received, few of them. Now for those who have applied before June, like maybe in May, you don't have to be afraid of the fact that it varies from visa officer to visa officer. You probably would not know the process. So what exactly? There are number of visa officer and they are allotted with number of cases. So each visa officer will take his own time and assess the application. And whenever he or she requires any document, would send you an ADR and eventually would update that information through that ghost updates, and then you will be able to get the ECOPR. Now from ECOPR to PR card, this will take approximately 4 to 6 weeks time. It varies again from case to case. Moving on to another timeline is for non-healthcare with inland applicants. Candidate has applied on May 29th afternoon and got the AOR that was on November 12th, so last month only. So you can see here that PR portal was received on December 3rd. So it doesn't take much of a time from the stage when you receive the AOR till ECOPR. So it's matter of say 4 to 6 weeks to be precise. And that's how he had got the ECOPR on December 7th. Now, if you are at a stage where you've received the AOR and you've submitted the ADR, like the required document, and still have not received any response, I'll be talking about GCMS notes right after a couple of slides. And I have a case so I can back up the information with it. This is another timeline for international graduate. He has applied on May 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern time zone, and the candidate actually has applied under NOC 6623. So I have specifically mentioned the job responsibility. So if you are working at Walmart under the sales related occupation, and some of you still had the confusion at the very beginning that whether this knock would be acceptable or not. So if you have submitted the relevant documents related to your job, like the experience letter, reference letter or the pay stubs, you don't have to worry about that. You're likely to get the AOR at any given time. In this case, the candidate has got the ADR for police clearance certificate and the information related to the last 10 years of history. It was submitted the very same day, and that's how today at 3 p.m. He was able to get the PR confirmation mail. Another timeline for international graduate, May 6th at 10:37 a.m. So if you see here, this is like candidate has got the AOR on August 27th. Now, in this case, he has uploaded the police clearance certificate. So that was one of the requirement. So it was done on September 2nd. Now, I would recommend now in this case, if you see September 2nd till date on December 7th, this candidate has not been able to get any update from IRCC. So in this case, what you can do is you can order for GCMS notes, And GCMS note would actually get you the complete information about the notes or the entries whatsoever has been made by that specific visa officer on your file. So if your file has been allotted to, for say, X visa officer. So when you select the option for ordering the GCMS notes, you will be able to get so on which date the AOR was received and on which date he has made the entry that PCC has been uploaded and what exactly is going on. So basically the progress, what's going on under your case file, you will be able to get it. So this is one case. Now I would recommend you to raise the GCMS or the GCMS notes only if you have received the AOR and it has been more than 2 months time. Before that, there is no hard and fast rule. You have to go for it. So the process is like basically you have to select the GCMS notes, complete and send all your information and consent it. And of course, there is a substantial amount of fees. You have to add that, and it should take another 30 to 40 calendar days from the date of request. So you should be prepared that you've already waited for 2 months. You better to go for more waiting. But if it's kind of bothering you, you certainly can go for GCMS notes. I hope that makes sense here. Okay, moving on to another timeline for international graduate. It's May 6th at 10:34 a.m. This is Central Time Zone. And the candidate was able to get the ADR. That's again a very common ADR request in majority of the cases. That's for police clearance certificate, and that's again one of the reason a lot of you are confused. And I'll be talking a little more in detail towards the end. And then the ECOPR was received on December 7th. Timeline for international graduate again for this is the another timeline. So if you see this May 6th 10:34 a.m. and both are actually friends, so I got the information from them. So this is 10:38 a.m. and the candidate got the PR portal on November 16th. He was able to submit all the documents in one go, so there was no ADR, and in fact there was no AOR in this case. And then ECOPR was received on November 17th. So PR card was received on December 2nd. So you can imagine that it usually takes 4 to 6 weeks time period, or maybe less or little more depending upon the case to case. Okay, so now another timeline for international graduate applied at 3:49 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. This candidate has got the AOR on November 3rd and got the portal request on December 1st. Then as a process, he has submitted the photograph and the latest address proof on December 5th and got the ECOPR that was on today. Another timeline for international graduate at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone on May 6th. If you see here, he got the he was able to link up the application on October 28th and then got the BIL, that is a biometric instruction letter. Without that, you will not be able to appear for your biometric. And then the ADR for PCC, that was on October 28th itself. Now, he got the AOR and then there was another ADR. Like first ADR was on October 28th, and then the second ADR for Schedule A was on November 17th, and then got the PR portal confirmation and then the ECOPR. This means that for those who are still thinking that, oh, I've already submitted my ADR, am I going to get PR confirmation right away? So in some of the cases, you might get another ADR. So that's very rare, but there is a certainty. Okay, this is a timeline for Stream B with inland dependents. The applicant has applied on May 6th and got the AOR on July 16th. So this has been a long wait. If you see here that from July 16th till December 6th, there was no response, and all of a sudden they got the ECOPR that was on today. So this is interesting. This is all for the timelines for TR to PR pathway. Let's talk about the police clearance certificate questions here. So I have just opened the page on cic.gc.ca website, and I have covered it in my previous video. I'm going to share the link in the description box below. So please note that you have to submit your PCC. That has to be valid. Now, some of the VCC don't have the validity date on top of it, so you have to make sure that you read it through. Now, I'm just talking from the perspective of countries I know, like from India. You usually have 6 months of validity from there. Now, if you see here, If you cannot get a police certificate in time, if you're invited to apply, you have 60 days to submit your application for PR. So, and your profile will go back in the pool. So you just have to make sure that you submit it with a confirmation receipt. So for say, if you have applied for your police clearance certificate today, and you have you have just got the confirmation receipt or payment receipt, and you are at a stage of AOR, you can certainly raise a web form and submit that document. Now, for say if you've already submitted the valid police clearance certificate on May 6th, and by this time it will be expired. And in case if the visa officer asks you that document again, you can certainly send the expired copy with the detailed explanation. And in case if the visa officer, if you see here that I'll just explain it here. The police certificate for the country where you currently live must be issued no more than 6 months before the date you submit your application and must not be expired. So that is the reason I'm saying that you can submit the copy of your expired PCC, but also apply for the new one since there has been an ADR for police clearance certificate. So when you submit the copy of your receipt for the application for the attempt that you have applied for a new PCC, it will be like attached to your file, and then visa officer will be able to process it further. So please make sure that it has to be valid. Don't submit the expired copy of your PCC. Yeah, just keep in mind. In case if you have any confusion, you can always write back to me. But this is all mentioned out there onto the website also, and I will share the link in the description box below. In case if you have any doubt, you can always write back to me. And if you want, you can subscribe my channel for future updates. And don't forget to hit the like button. That will definitely motivate me to create more videos and more information for you guys. I hope this video has been little help to you. So yeah, this is all from me for today. Take care, guys. Have a good day, and catch you later with another video very soon. Bye.